Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Top Deck Muscle Radio. We have a very decorated man in the building today. Kwame and I cannot wait to delve into this one. It could be an 8-hour podcast. We are giving you guys a heads up early. Now, Richie is an ex-combat sports athlete who competed internationally as both a fighter and a coach. He's coached multiple national and world champions across boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. He is an expert in human performance with diplomas in sports psychology and sports coaching. Richie has also served in the elite French Foreign Legion, including deployments through the Balkans and parts of Africa. Richie is currently a boxing coach at Rikers Gym and works as a UFC cutman with some of the best fighters in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Richie Elliott, what a resume. Mate, you are like an Irish James Bond.
Yeah, don't believe it.
We are lucky to have you on the show, mate.
It's a huge pleasure, mate.
I brought gifts.
Gifts? Pots of gold?
I brought a notepad each.
Okay.
Because I like to take notes, copious notes, and I bought you a little book.
Oh, mate, I love this.
And that book it's an introduction to journaling. So each day will give you a stoic quote.
Oh,
I love stoicism.
And then you can...
This is like down my alley.
Yeah, so each month has a theme. So if you flick to say to like this month, it'll give you a theme, and then each day will give you a value to live by, maybe, and then you'll have to fill in.
Well, I've flipped over this one. A hero is no braver than an ordinary man, but he is 5 minutes longer. Powerful stuff. Very thought-provoking. Yeah. I love it. Thank you,
Thank you. That's amazing.
It's pretty good stuff. So, yeah.
I love gentlemen.
Yeah, a friend of mine wrote it. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Well, our gift is actually in the car park. I hope you like red Ferraris. We couldn't obviously bring it in here.
I hate red.
You can have that one, Kwame. I mean, where do we kick things off, mate? The amount of life experience you have, I don't know how you fit it all in firstly, but maybe if we go back to give the listeners a little bit of an origin story, like where did it all start for you? And obviously you are a very decorated man when it comes to the fighting scene. Was that something that you grew up and it was a deep-rooted passion for yourself, or did it evolve over time?
No, it's like I've got a really perverse relationship with combat sports and things like that. Like when I was young, like, so I grew up in Ireland. So I was born in the 70s, way back when, and TVs were still black and white back then.
Oh, you look good, mate.
Yeah.
You do good.
And so I grew up, and it was the 70s in Ireland was, so we were heavily influenced by the Catholic Church. It was in our political system. And so you weren't allowed, like, men and women weren't allowed to get divorced. They weren't allowed to legally separate. They weren't allowed to do anything like that. And when I was 8 years old, my mother made the decision to kick the dad out, and which was the right decision for her to make. So I became this kid who was dadless, basically. Now, there's no problem with that. Like, that's not an issue normally, but it becomes an issue when you're the only one. Like if you go to my kid's school now, I think it's 50-50, like nearly, Yeah. But he was never around. He was never anything like that. So I was basically reared. So my mum had to work 3 jobs to keep us afloat. And I was just an angry young man. I didn't understand anything about life or how adults worked. So all my hatred kind of went onto my mum. Like, how could you let this happen to us? Like, this is all your fault. Little did I know that she was this amazing person, keeping everything together. So,
I mean, at that age 8,
correct, right?
You're still developing. Your brain is
absolutely. And the thing is that you can say, okay, you're only 8, right? You're an innocent child and all this kind of stuff, but I kind of let that fuel me as an adult. I became a professional victim, pity me. If only I had a dad, I would have been able to do this, So I kind of grew up watching movies and comic books. So all my male influence was cowboys and action heroes, and you know, and I remember like Van Damme came out and Commando came out and Rambo came out. Now, excuse me, normal healthy young men, they see that like those heroes just as that. They're only movie stars. They're not real. There's nothing real about it. But I grew up thinking that's how men acted. You know, like if you had a problem with someone, you spoke with your hands. Like that's how you dealt with your problems.
I mean, the influence of that is so powerful, and we probably don't realize, especially what we're exposed to as kids, how much it can shape and impact us.
100%. Absolutely. And then I found my way into a gym, and the coach there, his name is Fram, and he kind of took me under his wing. I would train at his house. He really developed me between the ages of 16 and 20. And he was a very, very influential part of my life. And but he was taken away. Like he was, unfortunately, he was murdered, you know. And again, right, a rational way to think would be to accept what has happened and grieve. But I didn't know how to act. Do you know what I mean? Like
So I mean, the movies is like revenge, right?
That's correct. And that's exactly what I did. I said, I know what I'll do. I'll go and I'll join the French army, the French Legion, and I'll learn how to be this killer. And I'll come back and I'll avenge him, you know?
Yeah.
None of that makes sense. It's not real. Like I'm still living in this movie in my head. It's almost like I've created this world for myself, you know? So off I go, and, you know, I go and live that life. And very quickly, you start to realize the reality of life. Life is not a movie, and there's consequences to your actions. And so I did that. I came back, and as I was saying to you earlier on, you know, it was a secret that I held. Like I didn't want anyone to know. So when I got out of the Legion, I rang my friend Gary back in Ireland. I said, look, listen, the 5 years of being away, I want you to be my reference, and we're going to pretend I was a carpenter. Right?
Yep.
So I'm going to get a job.
Very handy with a nail gun, though.
Right? Not even that. You know, I can't hammer a nail, man. I can't even hang a shelf. And so I'm going on to all these building sites pretending I'm a bloody carpenter.
Yeah.
But for whatever, I don't know, whichever way the fates worked, I ended up getting a job in we were on a building site in Paris, and I was helping an architect. I was kind of like his interpreter, you know? And I ended up, he goes, look, I want you to wear a short, pair of slacks, come to work. I want you to work for me in the office. So I was like, okay. So now I'm a manager. I'm not a carpenter anymore. So the next big lie, you know, I'm a manager. So the next job I got was a job in England. I did an interview for a job in London, and I got a job as a project manager in a construction place, and all like no qualifications. Like I'm lying through my teeth to get these jobs.
This is literally like a movie. Your life has been like a movie.
Yeah. And there was a girl there from Australia. She was the receptionist, and bumped into her. She was a Blackwood girl, fell in love, moved to Ireland, got married, came to Australia. And that's it. That's literally how I ended up here in Australia. That's the short
And is
version.
that, when you hit Aussie soil, is that when, I guess, the real Richie's life started to unfold with this transition?
It got worse. Yeah. I felt like I fell apart. Like I didn't get any help. Like I had a lot of deep seated, I guess, I'm reluctant to use the word trauma, but it was definitely unresolved. And especially with the military stuff and all of that, it all compounded. And so I decided that I'd self-medicate, you know. So I leaned into drinking a lot, and that became a massive, massive problem. I'm in recovery now. I've been sober 8.5 years.
Good on you, man.
And that's 8.5 years ago. That's when my life really, really changed. And everything across the board changed. The relationships I have with the people I love, with the people who love me, that all changed. And the biggest noticeable change was in my coaching. Because I used to be this kind of aggressive, like I used to love the saying, you know, some people you need to put your arm around, other people you need to get up them. And I would use that as an excuse because I've never had an athlete, never, who responded badly to me loving them. Ever. Yet I would always hide behind yes, some athletes need you to get up them, you know, it was only giving me an excuse to be an asshole. That's all. I'm in a bad mood, I'll take it out on you.
Yeah.
You know,
do you think that was shaped by your military background as well and what gets drilled into you guys?
Absolutely. And my warped sense of masculinity, my warped sense of manhood, my warped sense of how to talk to people. I didn't know how to talk to anybody. You know, I was overly aggressive. I was belligerent. I was ignorant. I was everything. I was far, far too aggressive.
What was your biggest turning point that caused you to be like, okay, I'm going to sober up?
Okay. Yeah. So I had so we talk about, in recovery, we talk about rock bottoms, you know, and how necessary they are. Because I don't know, have you ever read a book called The Art of War by Sun Tzu?
I've heard
flick through it, yes.
Okay, well, Sun Tzu talks about whenever you have an enemy on the run, that you must always give them an avenue of escape. Because if you don't give them that avenue of an escape, that army with its back to the wall will fight to the last man. And that's no good for you as a general that's trying to win the battle. You don't want to be fighting guys that are fighting to the last man.
Yep, they've got nothing to lose.
Correct. You need to give them a way out.
Yep.
And the great thing about hitting rock bottom, whether that's emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever, is that you've got nowhere else to go. There's no way out. And my whole life, there was always a way out. There was always a way out. You know, have another drink, get away with this, get away with that, move to another country, buy another house, get another job. There was always a way out. But this time, 8.5 years ago, my life was up. I'd lost everything. I was broken. I was broken physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically. I was done. And luckily enough, I had the. I'd like to say it was me, but you know, the people who loved me, they got me some help, and I got mentored by this beautiful man. He brought me into his house and he helped me. And but a part of that help was coming to the realization that you've got two options here, right? And it's funny, like they always say this about like someone that has any form of a problem, alcohol, drugs, gambling, sex, whatever you're shopping, eating, whatever your problem is. If you're truly like an addict in that sense, the addict will always, like, they'll always surprise you with the answer. Like it was offered to me. Like, you can come into recovery and you can have a life beyond your wildest dreams. Or you can continue down the path you're on and you can suffer, end up in an asylum, end up in jail, or end up dead. Like, they're your two options. And I'm like, can I think about that? Let me think, like a life beyond my wildest dreams or misery.
Yep.
Let me think about that.
Why do you have to think about it?
Correct, right? And that's when you know you're in the depths, you're in the darkness of it, because there was no amount of love. Like, you couldn't love me out of this, you know? And I think that's, like, I guess not anymore. I'm probably more agnostic now, but I'm like a militant atheist, like militant. I wouldn't believe in any form of spirituality, any form of anything. But I start reading up on this addiction thing, and you know, I had to believe one of the options, and this, look, we'll get into this when we start talking about culture. Oh, excuse me, we'll get into this. the reason I'm talking about this, I
Yeah.
guess, is because it's a really integral part of how I coach elite athletes.
Yeah.
Right? Is that belief is the fundamental foundation of the level of which you will arrive at. You know?
Yep.
Because everyone has hopes and dreams. Everybody. And there's a saying in sports psychology, like we say, you cannot outperform self-image. If you cannot see yourself doing something, you will not do it. Now, you can have a dream, but not really believe it. Yeah? But if you truly, truly believe that this is what you want to do, then when things get really hard, you fall back on that belief.
Yes.
It's almost like a faith.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, that I'm on the right path. I know this is difficult. I know this run is hard. I know that weight session is hard. I know the diet is hard. Like, and it's especially like in bodybuilding terms, like people see the 6-pack, they see the big arms, they see a shifting weight around in the gym, but what they don't see is the 12 o'clock at night in your bare feet in the kitchen, nobody looking, and the only thing illuminating you is the fridge door.
Yeah.
Right? Now, there's no amount of motivation that's going to stop you from eating that cheesecake.
No.
It has to be a self-belief. You must truly believe in the mission.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a great quote. It's like, man's rewarded in public for what he does in private. And it's like people don't see, be it any athlete, what goes into it. We see the Olympic 100-meter sprint final race or the bodybuilder on stage. And it's just the relentless work that goes into it. Like these fighters, I have the utmost respect for them because of, and we'll go down this avenue as well with their mindsets, but they're the modern day gladiators. Like they are getting literally into the arena, the Colosseum, and like
half naked.
Yeah. And you are putting
Literally
yourself
stripped bare,
into the most vulnerable position, because I'll use the word fighting another man, but it can be a woman as well. But you are fighting someone and basically determining who would win in the wild, so to speak. You know, who would survive.
And that's across all combat sports.
Yes.
Like there's like, again, like my ego, like would be saying to me, what, you do jiu-jitsu? That's not a real combat sport. What, you do taekwondo? That's not a real combat sport. Only this is real combat. And they're kind of like, mate, like your brain has no idea that you're doing taekwondo.
Yep.
Your brain has no idea that you're doing full contact kickboxing.
Yes.
Your brain has no idea that you're doing jiu-jitsu. It's gone into the frontal cortex. You are now working on instinct.
Yes.
You are surviving. Your brain doesn't know. And again, like I'll bring it back to bodybuilding, because you guys are bodybuilders. Like your brain doesn't, like your body doesn't know the exact amount of kilos you're lifting.
Correct. Yeah. It's fight or flight.
That's true.
Doesn't know it. It only knows that this thing is heavy.
Yeah.
And I need to engage a certain amount of muscles to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And as soon as we can let go of all of this ego and say, right, this is how my brain thinks. Now I'm on the path to elite performance.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm so passionate about elite performance. I like, you know, the lady that comes in and she's like, oh, I want to lose 10 kilos, right? She needs to be treated like an elite athlete, because for her to lose 10 kilos is immensely more difficult than a guy that's had 15 fights to get ready for a 16th fight.
Yeah, good point.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like her battle with those 10 kilos is far greater than this guy getting ready for a southpaw.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And what we tend to do is we tend to have this, well, our ego or whatever, we tend to have this hierarchy of performance. Well, she's not an elite performer. He's an elite performer.
Yeah.
Or she's an elite performer. When you should be, like, I think everybody should be treated that way, because if you want to get the best results from an athlete, you need to treat them that way.
Yeah. And I agree as well, because you're saying the lady that wants to lose 10 kilos, that mindset change that she will have to develop, those habits she's going to have to develop, that's a lot in comparison to someone that has already been like an elite athlete that's already been training
Mhm.
for the sport continuously. So
Yeah.
Because that's what they're used to, and that's what they deeply love. Whereas for someone like that lady, this is all new to her, and she may struggle to even step foot in the gym. She may not enjoy it at all.
That's true.
So we've spoken about discipline in the past, and often people say to us, "Oh, you're so disciplined as a bodybuilder," but when you love to do it, it's not really discipline. Discipline is when you don't love to do it.
You've
got to show up.
Yeah, you've got the cheat code.
Yeah.
You know, like you've been in the gym a while. People know who you are. You walk in the door. I've seen it just now. You came in and people were shaking your hand. Like
that was Kwame signing autographs. Standing for him. Yeah. I'm just his plus one. Hang out.
But you know what I mean? Like it's easy for us to walk into these places where it's really intimidating for some people. Extremely intimidating. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you talking about? It's only the gym. It's not even a hardcore gym.
Yeah.
You know, but to some people, it's like that's the biggest step. And it's so like failure is so readily available to those people. Like for her, like for us, a cheat meal, whatever, right? I can get back to doing whatever, but she has to make a decision to not cheat meal for the next 6 months. She has to go all in, or he, and they've never gone all in on anything in their life.
Yes, so true.
Do you know what I mean? Like this. So now we're asking this person, to trust you. Like, I'm the guru, I'm the coach, trust me, I know what I'm doing. And she's probably, like me when I was younger, has trust issues, abandonment issues, probably has whatever kind of trauma going on in their life. And now you're saying, trust me, trust the process, believe in yourself. You're like, believe in myself? I don't even love myself.
Yeah. She's never done it before.
Or he or whoever. And do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah, so I'm thinking so when these people come into our lives, we have to let go of the AFL guy, the next world champion, the UFC fighter, the guys that you work with. We have to let go of that for a moment and say, this is the person that makes me the coach that I want to be.
How often do you see, when we talk about like mental toughness, what's your thoughts on it? You know, some of us just being born with it versus people that actually have to work on it. Like with these elite of the elite that you work with, how many do you think really they have that dog in them that they've...
If you were to point out to me, or you're to say, like if I was to give you a list right now, I say, right, write down 5 people that you think are the most mentally tough people you know, right? I will show you 5 broken individuals.
Yep.
You don't learn mental toughness. It's rammed down your throat.
Because you got no other choice, right?
Correct. So it's either drugs in the family, violence in the family, broken families, 2 older brothers that you felt less than. Like this is the kind of stuff that it's ingrained in you. And it's a question. So I coached a guy, Matthew Stevens, phenomenal fighter. And but he's got a PhD in psychiatry. And he's also a classically trained pianist. Like the guy is a phenomenon, you know? And we would often talk about this exact thing because it wasn't until the UFC came around that we would always think that the best fighters were these poor Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, poor Irish, Italian-American, African fighters that come out of these depraved, poverty-stricken places, and they fight their way to the top, right? They fight their way out of the ghetto. But then the UFC comes along, and you're like, oh, he's a college student. He was a wrestler in college. He has 2 healthy parents. How is he a world champion? So there has to be something more to it than just, you know? But then you listen to interviews with these people, and they're touched. There's something broken in their head. Because when you speak to a world champion or a potential world champion or someone that even just wants to play for Adelaide, just wants to play, someone that's their goal is to get on the team to Adelaide United. Like when you speak to them, they are so obsessed. Like they are willing to risk everything.
And it comes back to that belief again.
Yeah. And they will, so it's the saying, right? So you come to me and you say, Richie, I want to be, let's say you're already an elite sports person, right? Like soccer background, footy background, or whatever. And you say, I'm thinking of switching styles. I want to come across to fighting, right? And you're looking at him and you're saying, right, what do you want? What do you want? Right? And if the answer is, oh, I just want to have one fight and see what it's like, I don't know. I'm not your guy.
Yeah.
I'm not your guy. You know? Then, so if the answer is, I want to be an Australian champion, right? Okay, so the road to an Australian champion is 10 fights, right? Let's say 11, 12, right? 3 fights a year, 4 fights a year, right? Plus a year to get ready for your first fight. So we're looking at a 5-year plan. He's already an elite athlete, right? So the first question was, what do you want? I want to be an Australian champion. Okay, what are you willing to do to get it, right? What do you mean? I says, well, are you willing to wait 5 years? Because you just have been playing in the MCG last week. Now you want to come here. You're not going to touch a ring for 6 months. Then you're going to fight sparring into clubs maybe for 6 months, and then we'll get you a fight. And then you'll be fighting in a small hall show. No one's got no, you're going to be there. You're not going to make any money. It's probably going to cost you money. You may win it. You may lose it. Yeah. And then the third question is, how much are you willing to suffer? Like, how much are you willing to suffer? Do you love your girlfriend? Do you love your wife? How old are your kids? Like, how many birthdays are you planning on missing here?
Yes.
Right? Your family has already lost you to football. They think they have you back. And now you want to step into this. Right?
And not only that, you've gone from excelling at something
to being
you have
the
to
worst
drop
in
that
the room.
Yep.
The ego.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That is hard.
And we can point fingers and be like, oh, you got to drop your ego and all that kind of stuff. But it's your ego that got you here in the first place.
Sure.
Do you know, it's a very important part of our psyche. We need to be egotistical people. It's what keeps us. And that's it. I don't mean that from a masculine. I'm talking about from a feminine too. Like this is like we need our ego, you know. And they talk about it like they talk about it in addicts and in recovery programs. They talk about crushing the ego at depth. And what happens is that now in 2026 we have all this men's mental health and mental health space. And we conflict or we get it mixed up. Oh yeah, you need to crush that ego. You need to get rid of that ego. You're like, no, you need to recognize it, see what it is, and work around it. You can't just crush your ego at depth. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, it wasn't like, so my ego was out of control. So I had an ego up here, but I had no self-esteem.
Right. So one was almost compensating for the other.
Correct. And that can get you into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have a much higher self-esteem and a more manageable ego.
Yeah. It's, you know, when you talk about ego, it's so true, especially like it's probably become popular last 5-10 years, this ego death or like, you know, these stoicism movements and James Holiday speaks about it. And we kind of, we're almost taught the ego is a bad thing. But then if you look at a lot of these world champions, they would have never got there without the ego. The ego forces you to
believe.
Believe, level up. Like you look at Conor McGregor, a lot of people would say egotistical, but if he didn't have that ego or that self-belief, he would have never made it to where he is today.
Correct. But then destroys him in the end.
Yes, you're right. So I guess it's like you find that middle ground.
Correct.
I understand.
Correct. And it's like we talk about it in sports psychology. We talk about the true self and the performative self. And you can see in people like, no, I can't speak for Conor McGregor. I don't know the guy. Don't know what he's going through. I don't know what his private life is like. But you can see where the line gets blurred between the performative self and the real self. You know, because we all have it, right? Fighters give themselves names, right? So Mike Tyson was Iron Mike Tyson. Mickey Ward was Irish Mickey Ward. Marvin Hagler was marvelous Marvin Hagler. And there's a transition between the real self, which is the dad, the loving husband, the best friend, the coach, that guy. And then you have the transition into
Put the mask on.
put the mask on. Yeah. Now that transition doesn't happen in the change rooms before the fight. That transition happens about 3 or 4 weeks out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And we talk about, and this is another thing about having, like, I was convinced that in order to be a better coach, I needed to learn more about the physicality of things, biomechanics, strength and conditioning, diet, nutrition, all that kind of stuff. I thought that's where the answer was. The answer's not there. That's not where the answer is. If you want to be an elite athlete, you should be able to do that yourself. Right? If you come to me and say, Richie, teach me how to box, and I'm getting you to do 10 push-ups to make you stronger, I'm not teaching you how to box.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wasting me time. We're both wasting our time. If you want to save everyone's time, you do your 10 push-ups on your own time. And then when you come to me, all we do is box. But I'll know whether you're doing your push-ups or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'll know whether you're doing your 800s or not. I'll know if you're eating right or not. And as soon as I see it, you're gone. Don't waste my time, mate. Because every hour I spend with you is an hour I'm not with me missus.
Yeah.
It's an hour I'm not with me kids. Do you understand? Don't waste my time. Because all I have, I'm 52 years old. I don't have much. The only thing I've got is time. It's really, really expensive. And it's very precious.
Don't get it back.
100%. And and I don't have any regrets. You know, there's some things I wish didn't happen in my life, but obviously the fact that it has happened has led me to where I am today.
Yep.
But I look back and I go, God, if I could have changed there. And one of the things is time. I wish I didn't waste time on certain people or allowed my time to be wasted. Like, I've wasted other people's time, you know, and that's just a bigger waste. Me wasting your time is just a bigger waste as you wasting my time. It's time wasted.
Yeah.
You know? And I just think that, you know, in my 40s or late 30s, if I had been more, obviously there was drinking involved, so we can't really look back at it like that. But if I could have given a message to my younger self, it would have been, you know, don't waste time.
Hindsight's 20/20.
100%, right? Yeah. You know,
spoke a bit about like before we were having a chat outside, and you were talking about your circle and how important that is. I just want you to elaborate a bit on that as well too, because even time wastage as well, that could be like impactful when it comes to like who you surround yourself with. Like
we were talking about, you know, it's good to have a hater because you know exactly where you stand with that person. There's no in between. Mm-hmm. But you will have people coming into your life that will want something from you. Now, the thing about me now is that I give freely. You can have what I've got. I will give it to you. Like, I don't want anything back. Like, I'm in a very privileged position in my home life and my work life. So I don't need to impress you to offer you a service so then you can pay me for that service. I don't need that. So when I give you something, when I give you my time, it's my time. So I have to be extra careful with who I allow into my life, because without even knowing it ourselves, and I know this because I was one, right? Some people are emotional and spiritual vampires.
Yes.
They just suck the life out of you. And these are people that love you. This could be a client that you have, and they're paying you for 3 sessions a week. They've got a really good job. Like, let's say it's the husband and the wife has money, and so he's coming to you, and just every session is killing you.
Yeah.
It's killing you. Now, you've got a problem here. I need his money because this is my business. So how do I navigate this bloody emotional vampire? And that's when you have to make the decision. Well, how important is his $250 a week to me? Mm-hmm. Like, am I willing to suffer? What do I want? Yeah. What do I want? I want peace of mind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What am I willing to do to get it? Drop this guy. How much am I willing to suffer? We won't buy biscuits this week.
Yeah.
Right?
I think what you said is important though, when you were saying about how if you could wind back the clock you feel like it was time that you would try and change. But it's funny, we only come to that realization when we're older, when we've got less of it.
We just spoke about that outside.
He literally said that
Because
before.
I remember when I was in my 20s, it was like, yeah, I'd have clients like that, but it's all about that hustle culture. You're more concerned about money than you are your time. So you would sacrifice those things. But now I'm a dad. I'm the complete opposite. My time, I now realize, is worth more than any dollar amount, especially with the family. So I think like a lot of us probably have that same, I guess, conclusion that we come to where we think, oh, I could have spent my time better when I was at this age, or hung out with these people less, or whatever it might have been. But the emotional vampires, they're everywhere in life, right?
They tend to be our loved ones. They tend to be the people who are closest to us. And the thing is, they don't know they're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what it really comes down to is us taking extreme ownership of our time.
Yep.
Okay? Like, I love this person, but they do my head in. Right? So I need to limit my time with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah. And you just have to make these decisions.
Yeah.
You have to, and that's why taking notes is a really, really good idea, you know?
And journaling.
And journaling and sitting down and saying, man, why am I exhausted? I'm exhausted every Tuesday and every Thursday. What's the common denominator here? Oh, Bobby. Bobby the miner.
Bloody
So
Bobby.
we're the opposite. After Fridays, we are vibing after
We
these
literally
podcasts.
are. And we always say we look forward to it. It's like, that's our day.
And you feel
like,
supercharged after.
So it's cathartic, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's cathartic. Like, we as individuals, we should be talking. You know, we should be talking. And one of the greatest things that has ever happened to me over the last 8.5 years is my ability to talk honestly about myself. Like, there was a time where I would never mention my drinking. I would never mention alcoholism or my recovery or where I am in the world. And, you know, I wouldn't talk about things like that. I definitely wouldn't talk about my incapacity to be loved or to feel loved.
Yeah.
I would never talk about that. And it has a power over you when that weighs on you. You know, it's this secret that you're holding.
Yep.
And then once it's out, once you put it out into the world, it has no power over you.
Yes, you're right.
At all. It's got zero power over
How
you.
hard is it?
And we were talking about that earlier on as well. Like, the difficulty of making hard decisions and living by them. It's just so hard, you know? And that's the thing. Like, we were talking about, like, walking into the gym and you see the 18-year-old in the corner with his headphones on and his hoodie up. You're like, that kid's in here and he's shifting all that weight. And you're like, that fucking poor kid probably hates himself. You know, he's just looking for someone to put their arm around him and say, bro, everything's okay.
But like,
you know,
these people as well, they're finding the fuel they've got available to them.
correct.
And
Like
you said, sometimes when you're at rock bottom, there's only one direction up.
That's right.
And, you know, we live in this, and this is going to tie in really well with something I'm passionate about and I want to touch on, but we live in this society nowadays that frowns upon that sort of stuff. And it's got to be all about positivity. And there's it's a famous quote, and it's, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. And I feel like we're going through this shift right now where I'll try and keep this as politically correct as I can. But this massive shift we're seeing at the moment where kids' sports days, for example, they're not giving placings now. Footy matches, they're not keeping scores. And as a parent, I'm really concerned by what sort of consequences this is going to have on my kids, knowing that these things they're participating in, there is no, I guess you'd say, circumstances or outcomes for maybe lack of effort. And so how are these kids meant to develop resiliency? And how are they meant to, you know, I guess the skill sets like grit, and we talk about mindset, if they're not subject to, you know, failing at things in life or maybe not doing as good as someone else, this is what I'm really concerned by. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well.
Well, I'm a dad and I have an 18-year-old daughter and I have a 13-year-old son. Now, I can kick and scream and I can go into the school's office and say, hey, I want my son to get the bronze medal because he came third. Or, he's not playing on that stupid footy team because you aren't even playing for score.
Mhm.
Or I can make an actual impact by being a really good dad to that one boy.
Yep.
Forget the school, forget the placements, forget society, forget the world out there, and be the dad, the coach, the mentor, the friend, the brother, the father to that boy, and say, this is what a man is meant to do. He's meant to love. He's meant to be compassionate. He's meant to be empathetic. He's meant to be strong. He's meant to be able to, not protect, because the chances of someone breaking into my house are so minuscule.
Man, I wouldn't want to. After that, Rich, mate, to start with, geez,
Right? The chance,
Jason Bourne over here.
right? But the chances of me getting into an altercation with another human being is minuscule.
Yeah.
It is minuscule. I don't need to think, because if I think like that, I'm just creating scenarios in my head. I'm going back to that young kid I used to be, living in a made-up world. I live in reality.
Yes.
That boy idolizes me. He loves me. These words would have been foreign to me years ago when I hated myself. I was full of shame and guilt and remorse. I was unlovable, unrespectable. I was a thief. I was a cheat. But now I'm this idol to this young man growing up, and I get to be able to teach him about honesty and integrity and how to be a good man.
Is there some sort of satisfaction for you being able to do that? And has there always been a bit of a passion because you're like, I didn't get that, so I want to, like, one day that's my goal to be able to do that?
I wish I'd be able to say the answer to that question is yes. I would love to take the credit for that.
Okay.
But the circumstances of my world forced me. Again, as I said, I had those two options. The life beyond my wildest dream, which is to be able to be a present father for this young man and that young woman, or continue down the path of an insane asylum, a prison cell, or death.
Yeah.
There was no in between. So I would love to be able to say that one morning I woke up stretched and went, you know what, I'm going to change today.
Yeah.
But it's not. My circumstances changed me.
Knowing the impact you're now having on your kids, and this might be a tough one to answer, would you wish that the younger Richie didn't have to go through what he did to get to where you are today? Oh,
yeah. Jesus, like a painful journey. But I was talking to a guy, an American fella, his name is Bob. And there's the name Bob again. But and I was chatting to him, and he said something profound to me. He said, Richie, we say we cannot change the past. And he goes, but we can. Like, we can. He said, if I was to ask you 8 years ago, what was your childhood like? You'd have looked back and went, it was horrific. It was horrific. This happened to me. That happened to me. There wasn't enough love, all this kind of stuff. He goes, but now I ask you, now that you have this spirituality in your life, now that you have a bit of enlightenment, now that you're of service to others, now you look back at your childhood, what do you think? I'm like, wow, my mom was one hell of a woman. What a powerful, powerful role model she was. I didn't see it at the time.
Yeah.
So we can change the past.
Your perspective on it, right?
Correct. Absolutely. So I needed every pain, every nail, every bang of a hammer, everything. When I zigged, when I should have zagged, when I went up, when I should have went down. And what I realized, most of the pain in my life was because I acted out or I spoke up. I would have halved the pain in my life if I'd have just kept my mouth shut. Because I would lash out with my words, or I would lash out with my fists because I didn't know how to control myself.
Yeah.
Now as a dad, it's funny, like my daughter, about 2 years ago, I was dropping my daughter off to our friend's house. And I says, oh, what's going on? And she was like, oh yeah, I'm going to my friend's house. And I said, oh, well, you're not going out the other girls, you're not going to the party, because they were talking about a party. And she said, oh yeah, they're not talking to this girl. So I've just decided to have a sleepover with her and not go to the party. And I'm getting a lump in my throat thinking about it now.
I'm feeling it as well,
right?
yeah.
So here I am trying to learn about humility, empathy, compassion, tolerance, love. I'm trying to learn about this. And she's 18 now, so she was 16 at the time. And here's a 16-year-old showing me what integrity is. She's showing me.
Yeah.
She's not telling me. I'm dropping her off to the house. She's doing the bloody thing.
That's amazing.
And I'm going, I 100% would have went to that party.
Yeah.
100% that I went to that party. I'd be like, fuck you, I'm going. You know what I mean? So
do you think
you're on your own, pal? Because my lack of self-worth, my fear of abandonment, my longing for belonging was so powerful that it affected the way I treated myself and other people. You know?
Oh.
And it's man, and I'm not telling you all this for a pity-party story. Like I'm hoping
insightful.
Maybe someone can hear this and go, Jesus, Richie, do you know what? Like, what's your number? Can we go for a coffee?
Yeah, if there's one person that can get a takeaway.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I do a lot of anonymous work, and it tends to be with elite athletes from all walks of life. And there's no Instagram, there's no selfies, there's nothing. It's just me and him or her at the gym. And we go through all of these things and we do visualization techniques around, because the way we can, like, all of this has a massive crossover with elite performance. Because we talk about, like you asked me the question, like mental toughness. It's normally the people who are the most broke, physically, mentally, spiritually, who tend to be the toughest. Like there's something like a crazy statistic. I have a note. Can I get me notes?
Yeah, of course.
But like even with that, as you were saying, it's these people that are, broken, the pains that they've endured in their life are nothing compared to getting up and running a 10K. And nothing compared to 5 more rounds in the ring.
That's true.
So they've experienced a level of pain that is far superior to sticking to a diet, to waking up to your alarm at 5 a.m. And I think that's what we are finding with today's society is like, we're not exposing ourselves to enough hard things because we live in a beautiful world. It's comfortable now. We're too cold, put the heater on. You can't be bothered walking somewhere, you get in your car. And this is where I guess it's a challenge. And what I was sort of leading to before is like the comforts of society nowadays, is that going to have a repercussion in the future where I
won't be around. I'll be dead. Best thing I can do is armor my son and my daughter and protect them.
Yep.
The best thing I can give my daughter, the very best thing I can give her, is that if she is in a relationship with a guy or whatever, and I'm not there, and she's on her own with this guy, and she sits there and she goes, hang on a second, will my dad treat my mum like that? If the answer is no, sorry, pal, you're gone.
Yep.
I'm not, everyone deserves a second chance. God knows, I've had 50 of them, right? Everybody deserves a second chance. I'm not saying ditch your boyfriend right now, but I'm saying, hang on a second. That's not how you should be treating me. My dad would never treat me like that. How dare you? Good luck.
Yep.
Same with my son. What would my dad do in this position? He would think. He would slow down. He would take a deep breath. He would try and do the right thing. That's the best thing I can give my kids.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I can give my kids. I remember saying to a guy that mentored me, and I said, look, I'm failing miserably with this spiritual side of things, and because a lot of the way I acted, it was pretty bad, and he was like, listen, you kind of need to lean into the spiritual side of things. And there's a very famous psychologist. He was Freud's protege. His name was Carl Jung, and he writes about addiction quite heavily. And he talks about like, you know, nothing but a vigorous spiritual experience can pull you out of that. And I'm like, well, how do you have one of these? Like, how do you get a spiritual experience? Like, how do you do that? And I went to Buddha House. I went to all these people to try and learn how to meditate, how to visualize, how to be present. I tried to learn all of this stuff, and I was failing miserably. And I remember saying to my to the guy that was mentoring me, I was saying to him, look, I'm really struggling with all this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit the boxing. I'm going to quit coaching. And I'm just going to lean into this spirituality thing. And he looked at me as if I had two heads. And he goes, what you're doing, coaching these people, is the most spiritual thing you can do. Now, he's a religious guy. Like, he's into God and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not. It's not my thing. And he's like, God put you on the earth to do this. Like, every trial and tribulation you've been through, every hiccup, every mistake, every trial that you've been through has brought you here to help that guy, to help that girl. That's it. Don't change the world. Don't change it. Don't start running into the supermarket and shouting at people because they're not putting their trolleys back. Because that was one of his famous sayings. He would say, you want to change the world? Bring your shopping trolley back. That was it.
All starts within, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, but I'm like, I absolutely look at the world and it infuriates me. And I have to take a step back and I say, why is this bothering you, Richie? Like, why does this bother you? You know, you got a great life. Like, why is what other people are doing upsetting you? You know? And I would try and, like, because I'm the same as you. I'm like, everybody should be tougher. Everybody should be better. We're getting soft as a society. There's nothing I can do about that. Like, I have zero input to that. Zero. Yeah. None. I cannot do a single thing about that. Nothing. I don't have any words to bring to it. I'm not a politician. I can't change a law. I can't do anything. All I can do is show up to the gym, and when a young man comes through and he says, I want to give this boxing thing a go, I want to do this kickboxing, I want to be an MMA fighter, I can put my hand up and say, I know a little bit about that. I might be able to help you.
So focusing on your own deck of hands, own hand of cards, I should say.
Absolutely.
I think we can, I don't know if you're the same, but I've struggled with that as well, where maybe it's a male thing, but you want to change the world. Yeah. And maybe it's this exposure to, we grew up in the Marvel era of like the Avengers, and people might laugh about this, but as a male, often I feel like I really want to change the world.
Yeah.
And you can do your head in realizing that quite often the impact you that you have is very, very little. Whereas if you just focus on your own circle, in doing that, the next generation can pay it forward and they can do their part, and then collectively over time you can change the world.
Yeah.
But it all starts.
I'm 52 years old. Yeah. 52. I've been around the block, right? I've seen and lived some of the craziest things ever. But when fucking Steve Rogers catches Mjolnir and says, Avengers assemble, all the hair stands up on the back of my head. Yeah, I get it. I know what a hero looks like.
Yep.
That's what a hero looks like.
Yeah.
You understand? Not my mum carrying 2 bags, working 3 jobs. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
She is the real
hero. She's the hero.
Yeah.
She's not carrying a shield with a star on it and a Thor's hammer. No. She doesn't even tell you she loves you. She's just too busy making dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And we get this skewed, warped sense of what the world needs. The world doesn't need Steve Rogers. The world needs Tina Elliott. That's what it needs. And it needs her son to say, that's what a hero is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you look at your wife, Georgie, and you look at you as a dad, and you look at your son going around the house. Like I seen the video you put up the other day where he's doing the weights beside your head. That's what a hero looks like. It doesn't have to be Steve bloody Rogers.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's Ben with a boot on, lying on the floor because he can't fucking walk, feeling sorry for himself.
Yeah.
but his son is fucking lifting weights next to his head. That's the change. You're making the change. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You are it. You're it. But we're so fucking blind to what's right in front of us. It can't be that simple. It can't be me being a dad. I'm not even good at it. I'm not even fucking good at it. You're like, bro, that kid worships the ground you walk on. He looks at the way you pinch his mom's bum in the kitchen. None of this goes unnoticed. None of it. They know when you raise your voice. My kids never asked me once what I was drinking, what drug I was on. They never asked me that. It was only how I made them feel. You make me feel scared, Dad. You're making me feel unloved, Dad. You're making me feel unwanted, Dad. Do you understand? I was the enemy. I was the Loki. I was the Thanos. I wasn't the Steve Rogers because I didn't know what a hero was. Do you understand? You are it. You're it. You have it right now. Forget fucking school participation prizes. Forget it. Forget it. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. But you can make sure that young man is a fucking legend when he grows up. That's your job. That's your job, right? Now, you have an advantage over other dads. You're elite coaches. You work with elite people. You know how to get the best out of people. So be a dad, be a husband, but be a coach. Coach your kids. Coach them. Do you know what I mean? Introduce them to journaling and meditation. Don't force them into sports. Let them find their own way. People ask me all the time, what does your son do? Does he box? Plays volleyball. Plays volleyball. Loves it. Rides his mountain bike. That's what he does. I brought him to jiu-jitsu, I brought him to taekwondo, I brought him to soccer, I brought him to basketball. Let him do all the sports. But I will not input me into him. He needs to be his own man. All we are is the guide. We just kind of point them in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know?
Give them the opportunities.
Yeah.
When we shoot, right? I don't know if you know anything about shooting, right? But if I'm shooting out to, let's say, I'm taking a shot at 500 yards or 500 meters, right?
I thought we were talking about basketball. So yeah. Rifles, got it. Yeah.
with a rifle, right? 0.5 of a millimeter at the end of my barrel. 0.5, it's imperceptual. Out at 500 meters, it's 3 meters.
Yeah.
That's the miss, even though the movement on this end is imperceptible. So if we treat our children like that, tiny little adjustment here.
Yeah. The compounding effect.
Do you understand?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of, and again, I'll bring it back to talking about being this coach where we would say things like, yeah, you really need to be nice to him because he's a bit sensitive. But see her, you can really get into her. Like call her a fucking bitch and lift that fucking weight and get into her. Okay. You might be able to do that on Tuesday. But you do it on Thursday, that might break her. But you know what won't break her? Putting your arm around her. I believe in you. You got this.
How do you find that sweet spot? Because when we're talking the best of the best, if it's all compassion, if there's no accountability, how are you finding that sweet spot? You feel them out? You understand their personality type?
It comes back to the ego. Why do I feel the need that I have to shout at this person? What's in me? What's in me that's making me think that it's okay to speak like this? Because it's not. It's not okay. This kid is going to come back to me, kid, adult, whatever, and they're going to sit down between rounds. And they're going to sit down. It's going to be the 5th round. They're going to have sore legs, bruised eye, cut over one eye, exhausted, self-doubt, riddled with self-doubt. Saying, am I winning? Am I losing? What's going on? How's the fight going? And I have to look him in the eye and say, I love you. I'm with you all the way, brother. We're here together. We're here together. What you need, I'll give you. If I can give you my energy, you got it. If I give you my love, you got it. I love you. I'm proud of you. Why would I want to shout? Why would I want to get up into you? Why would I want to slap you? Do you know what I mean? If you need that kind of thing, we're probably not compatible. Find a coach that'll do that. You find a coach like that tomorrow. You find a dickhead coach tomorrow that'll scream at you all you want, give you a slap. Now, I'm not talking about people, like before a big heavy lift, you give them slaps in the face. And you're shouting at each other and he's getting a nosebleed because he's pulling 500 kilos off the floor. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the day-to-day. The day-to-day. And when you're in the trenches and he or she is looking for a way out, what's your reaction? Can you pull them back to reality? And the only way to pull them back is by loving them. And I'll take that to my grave. I'll debate it with any sports psychologist. I'll debate it with any psychologist. I'll debate it with anybody. And you will not be able to convince me that loving somebody is any less powerful than screaming or shouting at somebody.
Would you say that relates back to them feeling like they're in a safe place and therefore the trust is established? Because we've had a couple of coaches on before and trust was a very big thing that we spoke about several times. So would you say it's full circle that by you showing that genuine care and love for them, that they feel safe and being able to trust you and listen to you every word? Like it's going into that 5th round and they're down, like they know that you are there with them.
But I'm also in a very fortuitous position, right? Where I'm dealing and working with elite athletes. You put me out on that floor for 3 weeks, right? You're going to walk in here one day and you're going to see me kicking the bin over, going, you idiot.
Yeah, but they'll understand by then.
Do you understand? Like there's absolutely an element of volume of people. Like if you're an online coach and you're dealing with, I don't know, 500 clients in your emailing list, let's dial it right back, right? Let's say you're on the floor and you're working, I don't know, 25 clients a week. That's a lot, right? Right? That's 25 hours, let's say, and then half of them do 2. So we're looking at what? A 38-hour week working with other human beings. And my husband won't bring out the trash and my wife won't sleep with me and my kids are fucking in trouble in school and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, bro, just lift the weight. Just pick the bloody weight up. Please, just pick the weight up. But I think I hurt
Do
me.
your 10,000 steps.
You know what I mean? Well,
10,000 steps.
but I think I hurt me back and I can't lift it. Were we meant to be doing legs today? Oh, I forgot my knee straps. I need to go into the bathroom for a second. You walk into the bathroom and then you just have to look in the mirror and say to yourself, why am I doing this? Like, why? Because I love this game. I'm passionate about it. And I got to go back out there and treat that person with love. Sometimes, like, absolutely, if I was working that floor and I was doing 40 hours a week with 20 clients a week, I'd be losing my marbles, mate. I'd be losing my marbles. Because there's a thing as well with, when we look at elite performance, right? We talk about the elite performance triangle, right? And each side of the triangle has something on it, right? One side of the triangle is motivation, right? The other side of the triangle is creativity. And then the bottom of the triangle is learning, right? The motivation bit I don't like. I don't like the word motivation, right? I never have. Motivation, the best way I can describe it is motivation is when you're sitting on the couch at 8 o'clock at night and you go, do you know what? I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you take your phone out and you set your alarm. That's motivation. Discipline is getting out of bed when the fucking alarm goes off. Right? So would you rather be motivated or would you rather be disciplined? Give me discipline all day. Don't care how motivated you are. Don't care. Right? And then again, motivation broken into extrinsic, intrinsic, you know, like, are you internally motivated or are you externally motivated? I'll show them, you know, or this is something I really want to do. So motivation is, it's important. As they say, motivation gets you to the game.
Because
discipline. But then back to the learning bit. Like, how fast of a learner are you? Like, how quick can you pick things up? People think that, like, when you go on Special Forces selection or anything like that, whether it's the SAS, the Commando, wherever it is you're going, people think, oh yeah, the fitness test, that's where loads of people fall out. You're like, yeah. Like, okay. But you'll get asked back. Like, if you can't make the march in time, they'll say, come back on the next roster. Or if you get an injury, they'll say, come back on the next roster because you can work on your fitness. once you get past those phases and you're into the actual training phase, the upskilling, once you make certain mistakes, you're never asked back. If it's a safety issue. So if you cut across me and I, what we call flag you with my barrel, that's unforgivable. See you later, Richie. And that all comes under learning. How fast do you learn? Because if you're a slow learner, you're gone. You need to be quick here, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go. You know? Now, you're an elite bodybuilding coach.
Yeah.
Right? You got a big Instagram following. People really respect you. They come to see you. They pay extra for you to coach them. They want you to coach them for whatever reason, right? And they turn up. And you're like, come on, pick it up. Let's go. Why aren't you getting this? You know? So you have to say to yourself, okay, this is just Joe Blow off the street. They probably don't learn quick. So we have to slow things down for them. You know? So then we come back to this. Should I be shouting at them? Should I be getting right up them? And the answer is, if you have to do that, they shouldn't be working with you. Send them off to another coach. Do you know what I mean? Like, and back to the ego, right? Don't you know who I am? Look at the people I train. Like, you know, I'm not here. Like, if I come to train with you, right, there has to be prerequisites. And the prerequisites is, if I have to shout at you more than once, you're gone. You're not getting your deposit back. You're gone.
So it's like setting boundaries.
Yeah. And you're setting elite boundaries. This isn't just some random made up stuff. Do you know what I mean? This is a boundary that you're protecting yourself as a coach. Because I got to go home to my wife. I got to go home to my kids. I got to be that dad. I got to be the superhero. But I can't be the superhero if you're draining my fucking mana. You're an emotional vampire. You're sucking that life out of me. You have to protect yourself. So if you're constantly razzing people up and motivating people and all that kind of stuff, you're doing something wrong. You as a coach have missed something. Do you know what I mean? So it should always come back to you. You should remove it from them. It's not their problem. It's my problem. Why do I have to do this? I haven't been clear enough with this person.
Seems like taking a lot of accountability.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing, yeah.
Talking of.
Yeah, I don't know if that answered your question or not.
Mate, I am all ears. So I can't even remember what I asked.
Right.
We had about 80 questions to get through. And I think we could just sit here for hours.
Okay, honestly. Learning so much myself.
Yeah.
We had you had something about like doing more rather than saying, right? Let's talk about like affirmations, like shouting affirmations in the mirror. Alex Homoizi says, you don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror. You become confident by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Let's explore like the false confidence versus real confidence. Like, what's your take on that?
Okay. I was 100%, I was a fake it till you make it kind of person. Yeah. And that was in everything. That was like when I was 16 dating girls, and, just whatever. Like I was fake it till you make it. And then we talk about that rock bottom thing, when you're at rock bottom. Now for me, my rock bottom was life and death. That's it. There's no affirmation that can save your life. There's no motivational quote that can save your life. There's nothing that can help you. Only you. And the best, there's an old African proverb and it says, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, I had to become an expert in asking for help. Right? So if I was sad, I needed to not internalize it. I needed to verbalize it. I'm feeling sad today. I need to be able to go and get help. And that help may be a cup of coffee with a loved one, right? I'm feeling angry today. Why am I feeling angry? That kind of thing. I think affirmations are quite important. But the reason we're using affirmations is because we don't truly believe in the mission.
Yeah.
So we're looking for something external to bring in.
Convince yourself.
To convince me that this is the path I'm on. Yeah. You're on the wrong path, brother. This isn't for you. And that's okay.
When you transitioned from when you felt like the ego was heightened, but the self-confidence was low, when that self-confidence came through, was it that you just started to generate self-belief that you could truly be, I guess, transparent with yourself and understand you were a good person?
Yeah.
And you were making a change? What was the turning point?
It was very, very gradual. Like very
bite
gradual.
by bite, like the elephant.
Yeah.
Right?
And like, you know, there's a lady once said to me, she goes, what did she say? She goes, you hate yourself and you're the only person you think about. Right. So I'm in this perpetual spin of, I hate myself. I can't stop thinking about myself. I hate myself. I can't stop thinking about myself. So the best way to get out of that was to help other people, to be of service to other people, right? And to give so freely of myself, right? Now, being of service to someone doesn't mean you cannot charge for your service, right? It doesn't mean that. Now, you can fall into that trap where you have to be a charity case. You know, it's not true service if I'm charging for it. That is not the case, right? You have to eat. You have a mortgage. You've got a roof over your head. So I found that helping other people, putting myself out there and helping these people was extremely powerful. And I started to realize that I genuinely have something to offer these people. Like, you know? And then I start believing in myself. Slowly, very, very slowly. And then over time, just over time, you start to, you start to believe, like you really start to believe in your mission, you know? Like I remember I went on a coaching course and one of the guy that was taking the course, he said, he goes, Richie, what's your primary purpose? I'm like, what? What's a primary purpose? Is that Star Trek? You know? No. And he's like, no, that's the prime directive. Primary purpose. And I went, I don't understand what you're saying. He says, like when someone comes to you, like, what's your number one purpose for that person? I was like, I don't know. I don't have one. And he goes, okay, then forget that. What's your mission statement? Like, if someone says to you, Richie Elliott, boxing coach, who are you? What's your mission? Don't have one. Just me. He goes, well, how the hell can you know where you're going if you don't know where you are? I was like, holy shit. Okay. So I go home. I'm watching YouTube videos and I'm listening to this emoji dude and I'm listening to Huberman and I'm listening to all these people. I'm like, mate, these are all conflicting they're all talking over each other. Like, what do I want? What have I got to offer somebody? Like, okay, well, you're a grumpy old shite. All you do is shout at people. Okay, so we need to change that. Change that straight away. Okay, I can take someone that doesn't know how to throw a single punch and in 5 years, we can be fighting for a world title in Dubai. I can do that. Okay? So your primary purpose is to get someone and make them better than they were yesterday. Okay, gotcha. Check. Right, what's your mission statement? Give me 5 years and I'll make you a world champion. There we go. Simple. I'm like, right, Grant, I can do that. But I would spend all my time listening to these guys, hoping for a soundbite.
Yeah.
Give me something.
We can fall into the trap of that. Yeah. We can,
all the time.
I need to learn more.
Yeah.
No, you need to action more.
Correct.
And understand
Get out and do.
Too.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, I have a thing, right? I have this thing here. I keep notes. I'm a copious note taker.
No, that's cool.
Let me see. I have this thing from, you know who Terry Henry is?
No.
Terry Henry is one of the greatest strikers in history of the Premier League. He played for Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal. Yeah.
Terry Henry. And he was on a podcast. He was on a podcast and I was listening to the podcast and I went, right, I need to write that down. So where am I?
That book would be worth its weight in gold, I think.
Yeah, you can have it. Where is it? He was talking about, it reminded me of the elephant thing.
We're going to have to
there it is, right. So he goes, okay. He says, focus on your immediate goals. right? And you're like, okay. Because I was always taught in psychiatry and in coaching that you should have 3 sets of goals. Short term, medium term, and long term, right? And Terry Henry goes, nah, focus only on your immediate goals. And then he follows it up with this, right? This is his example. Get in the squad, get in the team, start a game, win a game, win the World Cup. And he just makes the most difficult, outrageous thing in the world sound extremely simple.
Yep.
Just start doing.
Just get in the squad.
Like the lady who wants to lose 10 kilos. Just
get in the squad.
Go for a 20-minute walk.
Yeah. Now, if you can't go for your walk, do you reckon you could ring me? Do you think you could ring me at 8 o'clock every morning? Oh, no, I take the kids to school and make the breakfast. Okay. Could you ring me at 8:30? No, I have to drop the car. Okay. Could you ring me at 9 o'clock? Okay, right. I'm going to set my alarm. Stand next to me. We're going to set our alarms together. 8:55, my alarm's set. When this alarm goes off, if I'm coaching somebody, I'm going to step away and I'm going to wait for you to call me at 9 o'clock. You call me at 9 o'clock and you do that. Forget walking, forget quitting cigarettes, forget quitting drinking, forget eating, forget everything. Do you think you can call me at 9 o'clock every day? I'll give it a go. Okay, she called you at 9 o'clock. Okay, where's your trainers? They're at the door, put them on. Okay, keep me on the phone. Are your trainers on? Yeah, walk out the door. You're walking out the door, where are you now? Down the end of your driveway? Keep walking. Then go back.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's powerful for the listeners out there, because a lot of people, we have these big goals because we're influenced so heavily now by social media and, we want the Lamborghini and this and that, but we can become overwhelmed. So I think that's a really important message there. Reverse engineer it and I guess think about the next easiest and actionable step you could take. That's powerful.
100%. If you came to me and you said, I want to change my life, I'd be like, right, great. I want you to go for a walk 3 times a week. That's it. Don't quit smoking. Keep drinking the amount you're drinking. Keep eating the shite that you're eating. Keep kicking your dog.
You might have a few people ringing up to be a coach after this.
Right? Yeah. Keep kicking your dog. Keep kicking your dog. Keep slamming doors. Keep slamming doors. Keep doing. Don't change anything. Still be that asshole that you are, but be an asshole that walks 3 times a week.
Build from there.
Just walk them 3 times a week. And then when you come back to me in 2 months and you've done that 3 times a week, every week, now we can build on that. But if you haven't done your walks, I don't want to work with you, bro.
Yeah.
Find someone else. Like we're wasting time. You're wasting my time. Yeah, because the next thing I'm going to ask you to stop doing is stop eating shit. And that's your comfort food. Now we're getting into therapy. Because there's a reason you're overweight. There's a reason you can't stop eating. And it's got nothing to do with the food. Nothing to do with the food. It's got to do with that person in the mirror.
Like you said before, for you found drinking, for someone else it might be food.
Correct.
There's a void that these people are trying to fill.
Absolutely. Show me a weightlifter, a bodybuilder in there, and I'll show you a guy that hates himself.
Yeah, insecurities. Yeah. I was the smallest kid in school.
100%. And then you get talking to him and he goes, oh yeah, man, my first year of lifting, it was just all anger. Metallica, AC/DC, rap music. In the thing, don't look at me, I'm going to lift this. I get myself a hernia. I get myself a bulged disc. I didn't know what I was doing. I wouldn't ask for help. Personal trainer, get pissed. I'm lifting this. I'm going to squat that incorrectly as heavy as I can. Yeah. And then you get an injury or whatever, and then you start to learn the hard way. Right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden...
This sounds familiar.
Yeah. And then all of it... fill in the blank. Any sport.
Yeah.
I don't need to be an expert in bodybuilding to know that's how it goes.
There's a lot of messages you're saying today that are so applicable for everyone.
Yeah. So it's that, and that's it. And then for whatever reason, the universe, if you're religious, it's God. If you're not religious, it could be whatever. The universe has put you in this position to help other people. You are uniquely qualified to save someone's life. You, sitting right there with that microphone in your face. You don't know the amount of lives you've saved. You just don't know. Like the way you need, and this is where we get back to, shouting at the person and lift away, do whatever, or being mean to them, or being a tough love, as you call it, right? Your acts of kindness to some, regardless if they're paying you or not, your acts of kindness to those people, right? Oh yeah, I got me workout with Ben. I don't want to go. All right then, I'm definitely going to go. Let me just tie the rope up to the rafter now. Right, I'll tie the rope up to the rafter. Right. I'm going to do a workout. When I come back, I'm jumping off that box. Done. And they come and see you. You know nothing about that. And you're like, man, I fucking can't wait to see you every Tuesday when you come in. You light me light up. It's great. I love watching you when you come in here with your bad back and your crappy knee. But you work hard, you give 100%. Like you light a fire to me, bro.
And I think what's so powerful about that is we don't realize, and this is for everyone out there, how much we can impact the trajectory of someone's life. Like just asking someone, how you doing, man? Like, you're looking really well. I used to, when I was younger, if somebody had a new haircut or they were looking really good in clothes, there was a part of me that was afraid to give them a compliment because I didn't want to come across, especially being a male, you don't want to come across as a creep or whatever. Now, like if I notice someone, I say it to guys, it could be a random guy that walks past me in the gym and I'm like, dude, what's your cologne? And he might give me a weird look, but I think now just having, and maybe that's a confidence thing now, I'm just confident in my own skin, but expressing to someone like, if somebody's lost some weight on their journey, compliment them, say how good they're looking. If somebody is like, if they've got a nice smile and they're at the coffee shop, just tell them because this could have a monumental impact on their life that we don't even know about.
And the thing is like that there's absolutely somebody listening to this podcast rolling their eyes. Going, shut up, Richie. Don't be such a drama queen. Don't be, nobody's thinking of killing themselves. Don't we? But I'm telling you, we have this warped idea of what a hero looks like, right? It's Steve Rogers. It's Thor. It's Colossus. It's the Gladiators. It's everybody but you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And you talk about being confident and having the confidence to compliment somebody and all that. But you have the confidence to look in the mirror and say, I'm an actual hero. I can save someone's life. I'm that kid's dad. I'm that man's brother. I'm that girl's husband. I'm that. Do you understand? But we're so it's very difficult for us to turn this love on ourselves. It's easy for us to give love out, but it's very difficult for us to turn it in on ourselves.
Isn't that funny? They say the words we use in our own head would never use on someone else.
Yeah, what's that comedian's name? He's real dry. What's his name? Alan Carr.
Jimmy Carr. He was just here in Adelaide, actually.
And he says, if I was to speak to you the way I speak to myself, you wouldn't be my friend.
There's a statistic too, and it's like dog owners are more likely to make sure their dog completes a full course of antibiotics than they will themselves. And it's us as humans.
What's his name? James Smith. You know James Smith? Yeah, James Smith. He talks about calorie. He was the calorie deficit guy for years.
Yeah.
And he goes, if your dog was overweight and you went to the vet and the vet went, you better take 10 kilos off that dog or that dog will die, right? You'll stop giving it extra food, you'll take it for a walk, and the dog will lose 10 kilos.
Yeah.
But you try doing it to yourself.
That is so true.
But at every single stage of our career, elite performers, they deal with this every single day.
Yeah.
Every day. Imposter syndrome. I shouldn't be here. I'm going to get found out. I know what I can do. I can punch my way out of trouble. I can kick my way out of trouble. I can fight my way out of trouble. You know? And then just bringing it back to this recovery thing. Like I remember like looking out of this hole that I was in and coming to the realization that I can't fight my way out of this. There's no fighting anymore. It's over. It's over. You need to surrender now. You are powerless over this thing. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't fight it. You can't bash it. You can't scream at it. You can't write affirmations about it. You can't motivate it. You just have to make a decision. And the decision is, you cannot do this on your own. You need help. Now, are you willing to ask for help? Yes. Okay. Good. Are you willing to take the help that's given to you? Because you can ask for help, but not, right? Because how many people do you work with, right? Let's just make a theoretical client, right? And they come in and they go, right, I want to lose weight. Right, this is what you need to do. Okay. But they don't do it. And every time you see them, they're not losing any weight. And you're like, like I'm telling you what to do. You're paying me to tell you what to do. Why aren't you doing it? Because some people just won't take your help. They'll ask you for it, but they won't do anything with the information. You know? Like I remember one of, like a guy in recovery, he would say to me, like, how's your recovery going? I'm like, I'm kind of white knuckling it, you know. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. You know, I was 9 months sober. I was going batshit crazy. I was going mental, you know. And I didn't know I was an alcoholic. I never knew I was an alcoholic until I stopped drinking. It was only when I stopped that I realized, holy shit, like I can't live like this. The noises in my head are crazy. And he would say to me, like, how's your recovery going? And I'm like, just getting by day by day. And he goes, what's your meditation like? What's your visualization like? He goes, I know you don't pray. So are you meditating? Are you keeping healthy? Are you eating good food? Are you brushing your teeth? What's your personal hygiene like? I'm like, not that good. You know, I'm just happy to be alive. Well, I'm not even happy to be alive, you know? And he was like, he was always about, he would say, you sound like somebody that goes to the doctor and the doctor goes, you have cancer, right? And you're going to the doctor every day, right? But every day your cancer's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then one day your wife goes, well, I'm going to go to the doctor with you and see what's going on. And you turn up and you just sit in the waiting room. And your wife goes, you're not going in to get the chemo? He goes, oh no, I just thought I had to come to the doctor. I didn't know I had to get the treatment. Do you know what I mean? So
it comes back to that action.
Correct.
You can know it all.
You can know it all. But you have to do the work.
Yeah.
You have to do it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And as Terry Henry says, get in the squad. Keep your goals small. Get in the squad. Get in the team. Play a game. Win a game. Win the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. It's the same thing.
So much easier and more simplified to start smaller than
it's where we should start.
Yeah.
Yes. And the thing is, right, so I was talking to a fighter. He fought on the weekend. Elite level. And he was talking about how doubt sneaks into your head mid-fight. Oh, if I step this way, he'll clean me up. And then the fight will be over. Mid-fight. Mid-fight. And what's the only way out of that? Hit the guy. Just hit him. Do something. Act. And in the military, we would say, making the wrong decision is better than making no decision.
No decision is a decision.
Right? If you're behind cover and you're getting shot at, the longer you wait behind cover, the more time your enemy has to close on you. And if they close on you, you're dead. Now, should you go left or should you go right? Don't know. Just choose one. One is the right one and one is the bad one. But the bad one is worse than staying there. Do you know what I mean? And you talk about society and all that kind of stuff and how certain things are bred into us. And I agree with you. We are absolutely a lot lazier than, you know, what we used to be. And I'm a product of that too. You know, I can be extremely lazy. But for us to act, to take action seems to be so bloody difficult. Seems to be so difficult. Do you know what I mean? Like, go for the walk, Mary.
What's your little antidote to that? Do you have
sack
any...
Him.
What's that? Sorry.
Sack them.
Sack them.
Sack them, yeah. Sack them. Just like, I'm not the guy for you. You know, and it could be the best thing you do for that person.
Anyone listening out there, though, if they just struggle with action, if they want it, well, they say they want it, but they just can't get the wheels turning.
Yeah. What I would say is, right, if I was to say to you, recovery, right? And you have a notebook and pen there, right? And I'd say, right, recovery. Yeah? And I would leave you alone for 5 minutes. I'd walk out the door. I'd come back in here and between the two of you, you would have written down compression boots, sauna, infrared thing. When the only thing you needed to write down was sleep.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's it. Nothing else. We overcomplicate everything.
Mm.
If you can't get Joe to go for his walk, it's because he's overcomplicating stuff.
Mm.
I don't have the right runners. I don't have the right trainers. I didn't have my favourite socks. It was raining. The dog wouldn't come or whatever. So you have to convince him. You have to say, look, listen. So I'm a big fan of non-negotiables.
Mm.
Non-negotiables are a really, really big part of my coaching philosophy. Like I love non-negotiables. So let's grab something right now and let's make it a non-negotiable. Right? When do you go to work? I'll leave the house at 9 o'clock. Do you take the kids to school? Okay. Are you a morning person or are you an evening person? Right? Yeah, well, I struggle to get out of bed. I hit snooze quite a lot. Right. I'm not going to try and get you to walk in the morning then.
Mm-hmm.
So we're losing battle. It's a losing battle. So we need to be coaches now. Right? Ideally, get up early, brush your teeth and go for a walk. It's great for the mental health. It's amazing for the dopamine. It's great for all the endorphins. We know that. It's the best thing ever, but I'm not going to make this guy try and do that. Mm-hmm. He's not going to get out of bed. He's just not going to do it. So, what time do you get a lunch break at work? Bring your trainers to work. And I want you to go for a walk around the block. I don't want you to time it. I don't want you to do anything. Just go for a walk around the block. Yeah, but it's a small block. It'll only take 5 minutes. Good. 5 minutes every day for the next 3 months. That's it. And if you miss a day, don't worry about it. Just walk the next day. That's it. Non-negotiable. Lunchtime walk. There you go. And now you're starting to build habits because that's the best thing we can give somebody to develop a habit. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, because I work in combat, right? And if I'm asking you to perform a task, right? And you have to think about that task. If that task needs to be intuitive, you need to be able to throw a jab, a right hand, move your head without thinking about it. Your thought process, your brain power needs to be reserved for distance management, where I am in relation to my opponent. What's the game plan? What have we said? Because if you're thinking about throwing a jab, you're dead. Yeah. So repetition, we say, repetition is the mother of performance, right? So it's not about me teaching you to throw the jab. The most important thing I can teach you is to build a habit to get to the gym. You get to the gym 3 times a week. That's the most important thing. The jab we can worry about, the game plan we can worry about, all of that, but we can only do it if you turn up. So the most important thing we can give that guy is the habit. And the only thing that's going to bring him to me is the culture in the gym.
Which becomes a non-negotiable.
Absolutely. Is it a good place to come?
Yeah.
Is Richie going to shout at me when I get there? No. He's going to put his arm around me. He's going to ask me how my day was. He's going to ask me to do...
I think we're going to go to his gym.
Yeah, sounds good. Right? He's going to ask me to do extremely difficult stuff. You know? Get onto your 800s. Go faster. Faster. Don't be looking at me. Don't be looking at me. Don't be looking at me looking for an out. I got no out for you, brother. 10 seconds. Get ready. What are you looking at me for? I can't help you. Go. Yeah. Like I'm very stern. I demand a lot.
But from a place of compassion.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm raising my voice in the gym, it's because I'm in a bad place. It's got nothing to do with anybody in there. It's because I didn't meditate this morning. It's because I didn't have my breakfast this morning. It's because I haven't gone for my walk. It's because I haven't done my workout.
Mate, this has been extremely powerful. We're going to have to run it back because I don't think I asked a single question from our list, but we didn't need to. We did not need to with the amount of wisdom that you shared. We do have some rapid fire questions.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know if I'm out of battery on this. You got the questions there, Climb, because this is, mate, I hope the listeners, they're probably going to have to run it back as well and listen to it twice. But everything that you have said has had huge weight and value today, mate. So this has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the best bit of advice you could give to, like, I could give to anybody, is that your potential already exists in you.
I love that.
It's in you. Do you understand? And we're sculptors. Like, that's what we are. We're stonemasons. And you come to us and we just chip off the loose bits. That's all we do. We reveal what's already in there. I cannot make you the champion you are. That's already in you.
Yeah.
And the problem is we walk into the wrong gym or we end up doing the wrong sport. And it's the saddest thing on the planet for a human being to never find their true calling.
100%. I couldn't agree more.
You know, and that's why it's important that we get our kids to do all the sports because they don't know what it is. It might be the violin.
Chances of elimination.
Yeah, it could be a language. They might be awesome at that. They probably want to do coding. You know,
if you never try something, you never know.
100%. Yeah. So if there's one thing you get from it, is that like your potential's in there. It's in you. You don't need to develop it. Like, you know, all this is a puncher born or made. Is mental toughness a skill that you can learn, or is it something that you're born with? It's all in you. If you find something that you believe in, you'll be unstoppable. Unstoppable.
And that could be a parent out there just being the best parent they could be.
I don't know much about bodybuilding. Right, I'm a what you call a casual fan of it. Right, I bought all the magazines when I was a kid growing up. Like they were all heroes of mine. The Lee Haneys, the Lee Priests, the Frank Columbos, like all those dudes. Right, but I know, like I'd be willing to make a hefty. I don't gamble, but I'd be willing to wager a large amount on a woman that's never really worked out and has decided that in September she's going to do a wellness competition, right? She has now made the decision to do that show. She's now bought in. She's all in. She's all in. The husband's getting a back seat. You're eating what I'm eating. The kids are being told, make your own way to school because I'm doing this. I'm all in.
It's all in.
Yeah. And you watch that woman. She'll train the house down. She'll go all in. But see, when the competition's over, back to normal. Back to normal. Take the foot off the gas. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that potential was in her. The whole time that was in there. But it took something extreme, like the fear of walking out onto a stage. I could never do that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But I'm passionate about all of that kind of stuff. I think it's one of the best things people can do. Now we can argue this till the cows come home. It's unhealthy. The eating's unhealthy. The fake tan, the whatever, it's all unhealthy stuff. And I'm like, bro, no. That's extremely healthy. To pick something extremely difficult and follow through. Regardless of what it is.
It's
bodybuilding
funny, we have this, people like to critique bodybuilders.
And drag
the
people
guy
down.
at the pub that's probably 150 kilos with 3 beers and a palmy, we can't say a thing.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, like you said, we like to pull bodybuilders down because you're in bodybuilding. I'm in boxing. You want to read some of the comments on Instagram about fighters?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could imagine.
Yeah. Tom Brady, 7-time Super Bowl champion or whatever. Yeah, he wasn't the best to ever do it. Yeah, he's shit. You're like, you can't even be Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's the keyboard warriors. The experts are the one with the people who think they know the most, the most, sorry, beg my pardon, the ones that have done the very little.
I'll read this to you, right? So this is from Carl Jung, and he talks about haters, and it's important because I like to write it down because I find that when I write stuff down, it becomes real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like kids. Like if a kid comes to the gym, I'll say, do you have a vision board? And you're like, what's a vision board? Well, what do you want to be? I want to be a UFC champion. Right, find a magazine, find a belt. I want you to cut the belt out of the magazine and I want you to put it on your vision board.
Kwame's on my vision board, actually.
Right? Yeah. Look, his arms are on mine, right? But this is what Carl Jung spoke about haters, right? He said, the world is full of people suffering from the effects of their own unlived lives. They become bitter, critical, or rigid. Not because the world is cruel to them, but because they have betrayed their own inner possibilities. The artist who never makes art becomes cynical about those who do. The lover who never risks loving mocks romance. The thinker who never commits to a philosophy sneers at belief itself. And yet, all of them suffer because deep down they know the life they mock is the life they were meant to live. Not the life they want. The life that they were meant to have. It's extremely sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's extremely sad. It's why I can't hate people for hating. Like, I feel infinitely sorry for them.
Because it's an expression of their insecurities. Their lack
I feel
of self-worth.
I feel so sorry. And I use it as a fuel because I look at a hater and I go, that's me. That's me. Because I hated me. And if I hated me, how could I possibly love you? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I was the ultimate hater.
Transitioned out of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mate, we will pump through these. The first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
So.
You don't want to know.
Kick it off, Kwame. Yeah.
All right. So what's one habit that instantly improves someone's mindset?
Oh, I'm not going to say discipline or anything like that. A habit. Make a cup of tea. Commit to doing something simple every day. Making a cup of tea. It doesn't have to be making your bed or driving a car or being of service to somebody. I just mean something simple. Make a cup of tea. You have to get up. You have to put the kettle on. The kettle takes about 3 minutes to boil. So that's 3 minutes you're on your own. Right? Enjoy those 3 minutes. Get your cup down. Put the tea bag in. Pour it in. Make your tea. Pour the milk in. Have your sugar. Put everything away. Drink your cup of tea in peace.
Love it.
So something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be a cup of tea. It could be a coffee. It could be a piece of toast, Marmite on toast or whatever. Vegemite on toast.
What's one uncomfortable thing people should do more often?
Anything uncomfortable. So it doesn't have to be massive, like an ice bath or a cold shower, anything like that, because it needs to be something sustainable. Making that cup of tea might be an uncomfortable 3 minutes for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you may like a part of, so let's stay with the cup of tea. The habit is making the cup of tea. The uncomfortable bit is sitting in silence. No phone, no TV, nothing. Sit in silence and enjoy your goddamn cup of tea.
Nowadays. You're in the line at the supermarkets, the phone comes out. You sit down at the doctor's, the phone comes out.
Right. So so how about being uncomfortable in your own self?
Allow yourself to be bored.
Yeah.
I like that.
What's one daily discipline that carries over into every aspect of your life?
Making that cup of tea. Yeah. So let's use it as a metaphor. And look, you can swap it for anything, right?
Yes.
Making your bed. For me, right? I'm going to say this. I can't believe I'm saying this. For me, when I was running rough, when I was in the depths of my, when I was in the darkest place, hygiene, self-hygiene was a direct reflection of self-love. So for me, the one thing for me is brushing my teeth. I know when I brush my teeth, it's an act of self-love. It's an act of kindness to me. And so it can be something as simple as that, as brushing your teeth. You don't need to look for something bigger or better. Pick something that you may do already, like brushing your hair or trimming your beard or whatever. Don't wait until you're going on a podcast to make sure your beard is shaped up. Say, no, for the next couple of months, I'm going to make sure my beard is always shaped up.
There's a lot of truth to that. After you have a haircut or maybe it's some fresh clothes, you do feel better about yourself.
Yeah. And then when you're kind of tired and you're letting yourself go or whatever, it's the first thing to go, right? Yeah. You know?
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Mate, what's one thing modern society is making people worse at, do you think?
Being kind to each other. And the funny thing is, I'm an optimist. I've got a lot of hope in the human race. I really, really do. I see my kids. I see their friends. I've got my own friends and all of that. Like I see the best of the human race, and I think we're in a really, really good place. I just think we should go out of our way to be a little bit more kind to other people.
100%. If everyone started doing that, the world would be
and just something simple. Hold the door open for somebody. Let someone in traffic. It doesn't have to be massive, right? I'm not saying run out and buy clothes for the homeless. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying be kind to the people you love. Start at home.
Yeah.
You know?
Costs nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
What's one trait that you think people should teach their kids more of?
Loads. I've got loads and loads and loads and loads. I'm just trying to think of.
They're not really rapid fire, these ones. When I wrote them down, like these could be mini episodes in themselves.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Would you say even self-love could be one?
Yeah, absolutely. But you can't just say to someone, "Hey, buddy, start loving yourself."
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. It's kind of like, "Hey, mate, just get 16-inch arms."
Yeah.
You have to show
He was
them.
born with them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you
Not
know?
just the arms. Either.
Yeah, bloody hell. He really does have a bin liner.
Yeah. What's one mindset shift that changed your own life the most?
For me, realizing my inability to ask for help on any level. And like I'd be moving furniture in the house and I wouldn't ask the
It's
neighbour
a
to
main
help.
thing, isn't it?
Bro, I don't know
We're
what
so
it is.
stubborn like that.
Don't know what it is. And it in most people in normal lives, it never affects them. For me, with some extreme things in my life, especially around alcohol and life choices and that kind of stuff, not asking for help could have been life or death. So, and again, as I said, there's probably someone listening to this going, Jesus, hell, Richie, stop being so dramatic. Like, I'm just talking from my own experiences. I think my ability to reach out and ask for help and say, hey, look, I'm struggling today. And do you want to, and help doesn't look like this, right? Because this is how I used to think help looked like, right? Hey, Ben, I'm really struggling today. Can we talk? Right? I thought that's what it sounded like, but it doesn't. It's a donut emoji that I send to you. Do you want to catch up for a donut? And you see the donut and you go, okay, I'm going to cancel this appointment. I'm going to go have me donut with Richie. Do you know what I mean? It's a like little code word or it's a little thing. Do you know what I mean? Or I send you the emoji and you're like, oh yeah, how's tomorrow looking for you? Yeah, tomorrow's good. See you tomorrow. Perfect. So things like that. Learning how to ask for help was a skill for me because it was a language I didn't speak.
We often don't really get taught that though.
No, we don't.
Especially being men. I think
Now-
that's why women are such good communicators because
Correct.
they have no hesitation. Well, a lot of them don't.
Now, do you know who won't have a problem with it? Your son. Because you're going to teach him that,
That's a great point.
right? You're going to coach him that. It ends with you. See the way we talk about society this, society that. We're weak here. Weak men create good times create. It ends with you. It stops right now. Your generation stops. Your son won't be that guy. Do you understand?
And if everyone out there listening could just focus on that.
on your little brother or your next door
house.
neighbour or your cousin
I love
or your nephew, stop going on marches with placards.
Mm.
Stop doing it. Stop
Yeah.
doing it. Go home. Pick someone that needs your help. Help them. Show them how to live. Show them.
It relates directly back to what you said though about your goals. Put your runners by the front door. Walk around the block. So this is a lot of the things and theories you've discussed today are actually relevant across
Yeah.
all aspects of life. There's all these little metaphors that are happening.
Yeah, this is what elite coaching looks like. What this conversation we're having now. Like it's skill sets and all like passing the ball. Like once you get to a certain level, throwing punches, moving your head, foot position, passing the ball, lifting the weight, putting an extra inch on your arms. The feedback from the bodybuilding competition was my chest was a bit flat and I need more fucking weight on me glutes or whatever, right? When you come to me for coaching, I'm not telling you to lift heavy. I'm helping you arrive. I'm bolstering your belief to say, okay, I'm going to take the criticism from those judges because it's so easy to go, fuck them judges. They don't know what they're talking about. This is all subjective. If I go to another show, I know I'll win it. Whoa, hang on. They might be onto something.
Yeah.
Right? They just might know what they're talking about. Let's work on your arse. Let's get the chest up. Let's do that. But it's not my job to make sure that the incline bench is at exactly 40 degrees. You're the expert. It's my job to make you believe. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. to make you believe. And the only way I can do that is that when we say we're training at 7 o'clock, that I'm here at 6:55. I'm not walking in late with me coffee shaking people's hands. I'm here for you. Me and you. We're going to win that next comp together. I believe in you. I love you. And if I have to shout at you, this is the wrong dynamic. It's the wrong dynamic. I'll be here at 6:55 waiting on you. We'll work together. We'll make it. And then when we go to the stage the next time, be prepared because they're going to hate your triceps, right? They're going to hate something, you know? But we just keep going. We keep turning up. We keep believing in the mission. We keep believing in the mission. We keep believing in the mission. Keep believing in the mission. Then boom, you get your pro card. Boom, then you're in another country. Boom, now you're on the Olympia stage. Boom, now what? You're an overnight success. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man? We used to come in here. We were meant to do a workout and we cried. That guy was holding me for 15 minutes while I cried. What were you crying about? Don't know. I don't know. I just had to let it out. Okay, great. What did you do after that? Did me PR on a squat. Okay, great. Let's go.
Yeah. Mate,
let's go. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
I hope the listeners out there have home insurance because there's going to be people ready to run through walls.
Yeah.
Like, seriously,
yeah.
this has been.
But you know what I'm saying to you, and so that's your job as a coach. That's your job as a coach. And if you don't want to be that guy, stay in the sport. Come out, start coaching when you're ready.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be that guy, then don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just go off and live your life. You know. But that's the thing. And I trust it. Like I'm telling you now, if you are a coach or you're thinking of getting into coaching, it's where the magic is. It's right there. It's in the pocket of love, man. It's because life is life's too hard. It's extremely, extremely difficult. Kids get cancer. People get hit by cars. People have heart attacks. Like, life is hard, bro. Like, it's really hard, and it doesn't give a shit about how much you love people. It doesn't give a shit how much you hate people. It doesn't give a shit of whether you're a good person or a bad person. It's irrelevant. Life doesn't care. The only thing we can do is fill it with pockets of love. That's all we can do. It's all we can do. And it starts, like, man, watching that video of you with the kid, man, with his like little purple weights and they're banging off your head and everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's it. And you are the last person in the world to see it for what it is. Do you know what I mean? You just think it's a funny video. Oh, look at that. And when you read the comments, it might be like, oh yeah, he's going to be a great bodybuilder. Oh yeah, he's going to be great. Oh yeah, all this kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, somewhere in some obscure place, someone's looking at that going, geez, that's the luckiest kid in the world. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're that guy. You're that guy. I'm that guy. You're that guy. We're all that guy. Do you know what I mean? It's in us. But we're afraid to show it. We're afraid to put it out into the world because we're afraid what's going to come back.
Yeah.
Do you know
I
what
think,
I mean?
like, as a finishing message,
That's
to everyone out there, look within.
yeah.
Start within.
Yeah, 100%.
Pay it forward. This has been epic.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
We will make this, I mean, we're talking about valuable time. This has been incredibly valuable. We will do this
I
again.
thoroughly
because
enjoyed this.
We
This is
have
great.
to. No, thank you
This is
so
great.
The
much.
whole
Yeah.
UFC side of things we wanted to touch on.
We'll
but
come
I
back
think
onto that. Yeah.
this, what was so special about today was so applicable
Yes.
for everyone out there listening.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to go ultra specific because there's underlying principles that you've talked
Yeah,
about
and
today that apply.
And again, it's a coaching philosophy of mine. Like I remember, what did my son say to me? He goes, Dad, you should have a boxing YouTube channel, you know? And I was like, that's a great idea, but I'd probably be able to teach everything in 4 videos. Because boxing's that simple. It really is that simple. There's nothing difficult about it. There's nothing complicated about it. Fighting gets complicated all by itself. We don't have to add to that complication. We need to keep things simple, right? Now, I'm at a stage in my life where if you come to me and you say, will you teach me how to box? I don't have to impress you with my knowledge. I don't have to pretend that I'm some expert. So I get you to throw 6-punch combinations and tell you to step here and do this and go there. I don't need to do any of that. I just say, put your bloody hands up and hit that bag. What? I was expecting more. This is it, bro. This is it. This is the elite level. Can you do the most menial tasks at an elite level? Can you do that? Because it takes repetition and massive amounts of boredom.
This sounds so relevant to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Loads of self-doubt.
People expect there to be a secret.
Yeah.
What's the best fat burner?
Loads of self-doubt.
What's the best
100%.
training split?
Yeah.
It's the boring stuff they
Yeah.
do over
Do
and
it day
over
in, day out.
again.
Yeah. Do you
And
wanna
then come back to me in 2 years.
Yeah, and do you want to know the real answer? Do you want to know like the real answer? That sometimes I hate myself a little less than other days. That's it.
Sure.
That's it. Like the struggles I go through every day. I look in the mirror one day, I feel amazing. The next day I hit a PB, I look in the mirror, I can't stand to look at myself. That's a bit extreme, mate. But that's the life of a bodybuilder. That's the life of a bodybuilder. Do you know I work out 8 hours every 3 days, and then I have a 1 day off. And I eat when I don't want to eat. I feel ill putting the chicken down my throat. The chicken, the same chicken I've been eating for the last 4 years. Never missed a day. Same bloody chicken, cooked the same way, seasoned the same way for 4 years. And I'm eating it, and I'm having an existential crisis eating this thing, right? And then I go online. Oh yeah, look at you on steroids. Look at you don't even work hard. Look at you with your fucking perfect life. Look at you have everything figured out. What are you talking about, bro?
Hey, there's so much truth.
Yeah. Now, if you don't love what you're doing, you're going to allow that hate to bleed in. And it mightn't seem like it's bleeding in at first. At first, you may feel impervious to it because you're listening to your Hubermans and your Rogans and your Jocko Willinks and
Top Deck Muscle. Right?
Yeah, and you're listening to their, but you're listening to their motivation and saying, don't be listening to the hate, do this and do that. And if you only change this, you'll feel this way. You got to feel all that pain. You got to feel every ounce of it.
Remind yourself the smallest dogs have the biggest barks.
100, absolutely. Absolutely, you know. And then, but it's just one of those things. I'm doing this because I love it. How can you convince someone to eat the same piece of chicken for, what did Chris Bumstead say? There was some documentary they were making about him and he was having his breakfast. And he goes, I've been eating the same breakfast for 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. The only time it changes up is when if he doesn't have time, he has 2 pieces of toast with peanut butter. And as he said it, he gave us the exact amount of calories that was in it.
Yeah.
And I'm going, wow.
Yep.
That's a nutcase. That's
and
a
that's
lunatic.
the same success for any endeavor. The business owner, it's the repetition of
it
the
is
tasks
the repetition
over and over. And mate, hopefully we keep repeating these podcasts because
just keep doing it.
I feel so lucky to be able to do this with you and have people.
Likewise.
But it's also cathartic for you, right? You were saying that when you leave these podcasts, you feel good.
Yeah.
So who gets the benefit of that?
We do.
Your wife and your wife and your partner and your kids and your team, because you're talking.
Yeah.
You're talking. You're letting people open up to you, which is then giving you permission to open up back. Do you understand? It's so important. It's so important.
Where can people find you, mate?
Yeah.
More people need to. You've kept some secrets from the friends.
We need to set up a channel for him.
Do you have a social media you want to
I
get
do.
out to?
No, I don't want to shout around to. I do have social media and all that. Like I do have that, and people that know me. They can reach out or whatever. And
What about people that are looking for help?
Yeah, I help people a lot, and it's normally through a loved one. Okay. Or like I have a couple of friends that run charities.
Yes.
And if they come across an individual that might need some help, they'll ask me to help, and I'll go and I'll help that person. Yeah. But again, you can't save the world. You know, I think it's you know, we talk about participation prizes, we talk about wanting to change this, we want to talk about changing that, we talk about PR, we talk about political correctness, we talk to so much going on in the world at the moment that would absolutely drive you up the wall. You know. So, yeah, and it's just one of those things that when you reach out to help somebody or someone asks you for help, like I have to go home to my family and I have to say, look, listen, this guy's asked me to help him. I think I can. Because again, like sometimes when I have to help somebody, it's a life and death thing, right? It's not a weight loss thing, right? This is an ex-athlete coming out, like he's in retirement. His wife has reached out to a friend. That friend has said, I know somebody. That person then contacts me. We go for a coffee. We say, right, listen, let's go to the gym. And when we walk out in the gym, we talk, we visualize, we conceptualize, we meditate. If he's religious, he'll lean into his faith. We put family first. we be of service, we do all this kind of stuff, and you help that person back to health. But they must be able to self-sustain that. I can't be holding their hand forever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I prefer to be introduced to people that way. Rather than, someone sending me a DM saying, hey, look, listen, can you help me? Do you know what I mean?
And I mean, guys, girls out there, if you are struggling, don't be afraid to speak up. You can always DM us on the page as well.
Yeah.
Like, I know we joke a lot on this podcast, but we really just want to help a lot of people out there and spread messages like this.
And sometimes help is literally 2 workouts, 3 walks, 4 cups of coffee, and you're set.
That's my kind of help. Now we're talking.
Right. So don't be thinking like, if you're struggling a bit and you're thinking, oh my God, I need help. And then what does help look like? Because remember I was telling you about recovery?
Yeah.
If I was to leave this room, you'd be writing down recovery is ice baths, infrared, sauna, all this, but it's not. Recovery is sleep.
Yeah.
And help is like that too. Help can be a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
That's all.
So we've got this tradition on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
So before you leave, you have to basically leave a question for the next guest.
Okay.
That also means the previous guest has left you a question.
Oh.
Which is, it's quite different to the direction this podcast took.
It can be anything.
Got you.
This one.
Hang on, you guys were the last podcast.
No, but it has to be a guest.
Our last guest
was the coach.
Richard Collins.
I watched it. Yeah. Good guy.
I don't know if you remember the question, but...
No.
Okay. So it says, what do you think, Kwame, the best pickup line would be in a bar?
It could be non-verbal. You could just walk in there.
I was just going to say, what's up?
Yeah.
Sup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I reckon.
And then you'd hear funk.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. Yeah. She might say something stupid like, is it as big as people say? And you just go, yep.
Double.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Pickup line.
Yeah. He is the line.
Yeah. You are the line. What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
He's pickup line.
What would be your question for the next guest? It could be
do you know who they are? You don't even know who they are?
Well, we do.
Oh, you do.
We can't disclose that yet.
I was going to say something stupid like, what's your primary purpose or your
that's
no one's touched on that yet.
Good.
Yeah, so, but both of those, what's your primary purpose and as a coach, if they're a coach, what's your primary purpose and what's your message statement if you have one?
Done.
Do you know what I mean?
Richie Elliott, mate,
Gentlemen,
it has been
it was
an
so
absolute honour.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. It was
I'm
really
looking
good.
forward to watching this one back.
Me too.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So many powerful moments. We won't make this the last one. I know you're a busy guy, but perhaps later this year.
Yeah.
We know you've got a big circuit coming up. We'll get you back on.
I'm in.
Love to.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. As always, if you know someone who would benefit from today's episode, please feel free to share it. Like our channel, subscribe. You never know who might be helping out. So until next time,
stay chocolatey.
Stay chocolatey.
Let's go. That's good. Thank you.
Mate, awesome. Thank you
so much.